And he said unto me, My grace is sufficient for thee, for my strength is made perfect in weakness. Most gladly, therefore, will I rather glory in my infirmities, that the power of Christ may rest upon me. Dear friends, this verse is taken from 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 9. As we have been reflecting, as I reflected this verse today, just I am reminded of the following biblical characters in the Bible. These are the people who have suffered through afflictions. We look at Paul, whose affliction was described as a thorn in the flesh, and Heman, an Old Testament character in the Psalms, who painfully describes his affliction. As with Peter and David previously, we will see both a reason for the sufferings and a response to the suffering. In Paul's second letter to the Corinthians, he shares that he has been given a thorn in the flesh from Satan. Many scholars have speculated because Paul does not describe what this is. It would have been bad eyesight, epilepsy, or limp, or a wide array of diseases. But it appears to have been both physical and never-ending. Have you ever experienced some physical ailment that never seems to go away? Perhaps Satan's reason for afflicting Paul so was to make him angry with God for not removing this malady. But God seems to have allowed this to strengthen Paul's dependence upon Christ. He says that he is glad to boast in his weakness so that Christ's power will work through him. You see, the strong are tempted to lean on their own strength, but the weak have only one place to go, to the strength of Christ. Heman in the Old Testament shares his situation in a psalm entitled The Suffering of Affliction. In this psalm, there is not one word of thanksgiving or hope. In fact, the description in Hebrew is a place of darkness where all hope, dreams, and faith is buried. Yet, though Heman feels as if God has turned his back on him, Heman does not turn his back on God. In fact, he cries out to God for an answer. What we learn from Heman, the Old Testament character, is that God develops in us the incredible character of patience by being with us through suffering. God's goal is not our comfort, it is our character. Our character is formed in the furnace of affliction. No suffering, no character. Recognize that in this place of suffering, there is a lot of praying and tossing and turning and questions and tears. But as we have heard, and as David said in one of his Psalms, weeping may last through the night, but joy comes in the morning. How do we get the joy? By waiting patiently for that to get, or by patiently waiting for it to happen. Dear friends, let us, as we begin this day, let us pray to God and ask His blessing so that we may experience His presence through our own troubles and suffering. Please, God, help me surrender my weakness to you and let your power shine through them. Help me remember to always give you all the praise and glory. Amen. Dear friends, have a wonderful day through our own sufferings. Let us feel the presence of God and give that these sufferings give us or formulate our characters. Our character is much more important than anything else that we possess. God bless you all.